Three entrepreneurs, one podcast, zero chance we agree on everything. This is the Ron Table, where if business gets real, life gets messy. Yes, drop in, opinions fly, and yes, moving quotes are basically a second language. Business, life, occasional dumpster climbers. Pull up your seat and let's get into it. All right, everybody, welcome again to the Ron Table. And as always, I am joined by Lady Belcastro and Nicole Grant. Laine, I'm going to do that now just for Nicole's benefit every time I say your first and last name for a little while.
Yeah, gotta have Nicole.
I know you're from Georgia, so I mean, Lady Bell would probably be logical.
Hey, I'm not the only one who thought her name was Lady Bell.
The reality.
Okay.
Lady Bell has a nice ring to it.
It does have a nice ring to it. It does.
She'll always be Lady Bell.
No pun intended. I'm fine with that.
Was that like your nickname in high school and college? Did they just call you Lady Bell?
Actually, nobody has ever called me that. Nope.
I think it sticks.
I know, I like it.
I think it sticks.
I'm fine with
it's like hyphenate it. Lady Bell.
Yeah.
Well, so timing is everything, and maybe the timing on your nickname leads us into today's topic of timing, right? The timing of when or if you should go out on your own. Because, have you ever noticed, everyone becomes a consultant, a career coach, or some type of business function owner when you say you're thinking about doing your own thing? Or do you wait until the timing is right? The market's unstable. Now's not the time. Maybe that's what you're thinking. But hey, neither was 2008 or 2020 or honestly last Tuesday, and the world today. If we're being real, the world's been on fire for years. Inflation's high, job stability's low. The new American dream, I think, is basically just having 3 side hustles and decent Wi-Fi. Others, maybe be able to afford your own single home dwelling, but maybe that's the point. Maybe the right time isn't always when things look good on paper, or is it when you can't ignore that gut feeling anymore? As Tyler Darden said in Fight Club, it's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything. And let's start there, because that's a powerful quote right there, right? When we've lost everything, that we're free to do anything. So starting your own thing isn't about waiting for the calm seas. It's about realizing the storm's not going anywhere. So you got to learn to ride through it and surf.
Yeah, I agree with that.
No, I was going to say, I think,
go ahead.
I know for me, not only was it my gut, but it was also my circumstance. So I'm just going to first put it out there as far as when it comes to timing. Don't follow what everybody else is doing when it comes to this, because this is the real deal, and it's so easy for everybody to be like, well, everybody else is doing it. No. This is not everybody's, going to get a sandwich. Or everybody's buying a certain shirt. This is no joke when you say, I want to go out on my own. So it has to be the gut and the circumstance. And for me, it was getting laid off, but I had been thinking about it for a long time. But getting laid off definitely set everything in motion. I can't stand when people, are doing, because let's say 10, 15 years ago, I had people like, you should do your own thing. You should do your own thing. And I was like, no, nope, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. It just was not the good time. Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad I didn't, because I think if I had done it then, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in now. I'd still be in corporate because I would have had such a bad experience personally. So. Yeah.
You listen to your gut. Yeah. I mean, the same thing for me. I grew up in a family of business. I knew I always owned my own business forever and ever. But I mean, I was living in New York City after college, which you can't afford anything. I mean, so there was no way I didn't know what I wanted to do. That was when I was just floating along, and I was like, I really want to work for myself, but I have no idea what I'm doing, and I can't afford it. So it wasn't happening then. And then this thing happened here in Atlanta. I was, in a great job, and then got laid off and just started kind of networking around. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe now I can do it, because I moved south where I cut my expenses in half, and I just started to get more networking contacts, and it kind of all felt like the right time. And also, I was so sick of going from job to job in corporate America only to just find more garbage. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And same thing, went with my gut, and it never
Yeah.
looked back.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. See, now my circumstances were a lot like Nicole's. I found myself for the very, very first time in my career like a ship adrift. I got caught in a situation where I didn't expect it, and I shouldn't have been out, but here I was. And I was coming at that point with so many years of experience that you now face the job seeking challenge of, are you too old to hire? Are you too experienced to understand that you're willing to accept a different role? Or do you launch something on your own? And I got lucky enough that I got introduced and it fell into place. But if I think through my gut, I didn't trust it long ago enough that I should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah, I could relate to that.
And I think, and I think those are like the different versions of, there is no perfect time. It's just, where's your breaking point, right? You don't look at the economy. The economy, no matter what it is, it's never stable, right? Jobs are always all over the place. And the right time is usually like hindsight, right? If you're waiting for certainty, by the time it shows up, the opportunity could be gone. And a lot of the times, like, the timing concept is just fear disguised as logic.
Well, and also
Right.
too, it's the wrong time when you look to see what other people are doing and you think I can do that, because you can't take what they're doing
Yeah.
for granted. And that's one thing I know years ago when everybody was on this bandwagon of like, do your own thing, and they're trying to make it look easy. And I know over years, those same people struggled to end up having to go back to a corporate job. So I knew for me, I wanted to have a plan, because I knew it wasn't easy. Because I, like you,
Yeah.
Laine, I have people in my family, longtime business owners, friends that I know who've been, right out of college, entrepreneurs. But I'd seen the peaks and valleys, and I did not want that. I was like an athlete. I wanted guaranteed money. I needed a guaranteed check. I was like, no, I have nothing to prove going on my own. Not then. So.
Well, and I think everyone can just say, oh, well, you should just do this. It's easy. And I'm like, but you're not
Right.
doing it. So why are you telling me to
Right.
do it? And I'm
Yes.
like, you just want to like live through us, but it's not easy. And you have to pay attention to a lot of factors. And also, if we had started back then, to your point,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been the right time. But also, I think it's almost better the more experience you get under, depending on what businesses, of course. It might be totally unrelated to what you did in corporate. But if it's kind of similar, or you're building off of what you saw in corporate, you want to wait until you have that experience under your belt. Like, I couldn't do what I'm doing now
Oh, no.
when I was 28 years old on my own. Absolutely not. So
Yeah.
for me, it was like, I need more experience. I need more experience. But it's also, just because people are painting this picture doesn't mean it's the right time for you. I know
Yeah.
plenty of people who should be on their own because they're super smart and could easily get a number of clients right off the bat, but they're not comfortable with that yet. They want the health insurance. They want, whatever it is. So it's just whenever you're comfortable to do it, but it's never going to be
Well, and then
super
also too,
comfortable
the one
either.
thing nobody ever talks about, some people just don't want it. And that's okay. And that's okay too. I mean, for the longest, I was that I'm not interested, and I have friends to this day who are like,
Right.
I just can't do it. I have to be in an environment to where, they, like they say, they need a little bit more structure, because and I get it. I totally get it. So, yeah.
Same.
I mean, if you think about when the world's on fire, right? I mean, the world's on fire now, and it's not the first time it's been on fire. And if you think back through recessions and layoffs and chaos in the past, that created gaps, problems that needed solving. Some of the biggest businesses today were built in those downturns. You got Airbnb, Uber. Think about the pivot of Netflix from mailing you discs to streaming services to what it is today. And I think those gig economies, as they grew, it taught us that a lot of people will hustle in order to keep the lights on, but not a lot of them have the ability at that point, for whatever reason, to build. most of those hustles never go anywhere, right? And when that world's on fire, you can either, run for cover, or you can grab a garden hose, put it out, where you can, and start building something from those ashes. But maybe that's not always the best place to start either, right? Like, I would tell people right now, just because you got laid off doesn't really mean that this is when you should now go on your own, because we're flooding the market with people who probably aren't ready and dedicated to do this. And then it muddies the message. Like, Nicole, I can't imagine as a coach what you go through, because you're experienced, you're driven, you have what it is that you want to do, and you're certified to do this. You just can't become someone's business therapist because you got laid off and think you can do it. And Chat GPT,
and that's how it is. You get these people who are just like, now I want to help other people. I want to help them. And you're like, well, what does that mean? I just want to help them. Just because you own a crystal and dashiki doesn't mean you're qualified to help folks. Like, you need a little bit more than that. But I applaud the effort, but come on. So.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of people, like you said, a lot of people are doing that right now without any qualifications. And I think a lot of people get laid off, and they're obviously, understandably so, pissed off with getting laid off. So they're like, well, I'm just going to start my own thing, and that's that. But they don't think it through when they're calm. So I think, especially today when so many people are getting laid off, it might not be the right time.
Well, I call that the Denise Huxtable effect, because Denise Huxtable always attempted every little thing and she never followed through. So it's kind of like, that's great. Thanks for trying. On to the next. And, to be an entrepreneur, you have to know this is what I want to do. Like I always say, you either want an LLC or a TLC. Yeah. Either going to be about your business or this is fun.
I love it.
But yeah.
You're on a roll today.
That is, you're on fire. See,
there are good memories from the Cosby Show. There can be good memories from that show. Love that.
Oh, man. See, and I think I want to go back quick. You're blowing my mind with the Bill Cosby reference, because anyways. I think AI plays a role in this too, right? And because people are like, well, I'm building my resume and I got to use it to conform to all these jobs, and you really don't need to. It's a fallacy. That's a topic for another time, but AI is not designed to tell you that you're being a bonehead. It's built to tell you that you're right, and here's how you could be more right, right? And I'll go to a recent South Park episode where Randy Marsh, his pot farm is failing. And he gets this great idea to ask Chat GPT what he should do. And every idea he comes up with, it's like, that's a great idea, Randy. I think we could actually multiply your bottom, blah, 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 blah. And he goes off on this crazy mushroom microdosing tangent, right? I'm not saying everyone's doing this, but I'm just making a point, GPT and AI will lead you down a path that maybe you shouldn't go to and make it a better idea and seem easier than it really is. Yeah. And you got to be careful of that. You got to come back and trust your gut. Are you in it to win it? Are you in it to do it? Are you in it to make ends meet? Are you driving Uber to pay the bills? Or are you driving Uber because you love it?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And there's a lot of people out there that are trying to start their own business, been finding it to be very hard, and they're blown away by that, which always blows my mind, because I'm like, why did you think it would be so easy?
Yeah.
Why did you think that you could kind of just announce that you have your own business and something would just flourish automatically? It's not like that. You actually have to do the thing. So there are a lot of people out there driving Uber while they're trying to figure this out, which I totally respect. But, it's also check in with yourself and say, are you really cut out for this? Do you want to do this?
Yeah.
That's going back to corporate, where I'd have to be absolutely not.
Yeah. Well, and I think the reality check on that is, and we've talked about this on other episodes, entrepreneurship isn't freedom, it's ownership, right? We trade it stability for control and purpose. And sometimes that means meaning over money. And the truth is, the economy is already unpredictable. if you're ready and you think you want that ownership and that purpose and that meaning over money, then maybe it's time to bet on yourself or trust your gut.
Well, on that note, I'd say let's trust our gut. Let's leave on a positive note with the folks out there who are trying to figure out what they want to do. Let's everybody give our for the win, and that's it. So, Ron, why don't you kick us off with for the win?
For the win. You know, I got to be honest. I'm really struggling right now. I don't have a lot of win. Yeah,
Fine.
I can't. I mean, Penn State football's in disarray. The Yankees are going to get blown out by the Blue Jays. You know, we're not even in the top 25 in the latest college poll. You go from 2 to 3 to 7 to out. I mean, I don't know. I'm just reeling, and the Giants are a mess. I don't even have a sports win at this point.
On that note, Lady Bell.
Got it. My for the win is always, of course, it's music related, which I'm going to go with it for the win. So Steven Tyler has a new song out with another new artist who I'm not sure how I feel about him yet, but I'm very glad that Steven Tyler is out there singing again because I thought his voice was gone. And so this gives me hope that there might be one final Aerosmith show in the mix. Just one. Just one. To me,
Nice.
that's
All
my
right. Well,
win.
real quick, my for the win is my mom has been here for the last 2 weeks. She just has a couple days left before she goes back to Michigan. So it has been nice. I don't care how old you get. It's nice when your mom's here and when she cooks for you. So that's a huge for the win for me and for the rest of my family.
Really nice. Can she come here and cook for me?
Nicole, you should have Lady over for dinner while your mom's in town. There's a win.
Here we go.
Mom, this is Lady Bell. Lady Bell, this is my mom.
I'll take it. Call me anything as long as you cook for me.
Oh, man. So let's close out. I'm going to close this out today with a song quote, a version of a song quote from the late, great George Michael, because he was the man, right? So I'm going to give you my own version of this to close this out, okay? I think there's something you should know. I think it's time I stop the show. There's something deep inside of me. There's someone I forgot to be. Take back your picture in the frame. Don't think that I'll be back again. I just hope you understand. Sometimes the business does not fit the plan.
Okay. Look at you. Look at you.
See?
Nice.
What? None of that came through, but that's okay.
That's how good it was.
That's how good it was. Just
nice.
silence the crowd.
Silence the crowd. All right. Thank you for joining us again on this episode, and we look forward to you keeping your seat warm when the table comes back. Lady, Nicole, have a great rest of your day, and thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's a wrap on this episode of The Ron Table. Thanks for pulling up your chair, lending us your ear, and not touching our drum. Interested in more chaos and common sense and conversations? Well, make sure that you hit that like button or the follow button. Or drop us a question or a comment in the comment section below. Want to follow us on social media? You can check out more under the resources tab at www.elevate-talent-solutions.com. Or you can visit Nicole Gray at renewedimpact.com. Hit up Laine Belcastro at lmbdigimarketing.com. And a big shout out to our producer and co-host, Adrian Ruffhart at acrventures.com. Until next time, keep that chair warm. Not done yet.